Another brick fan here with a look at the Hogwarts Moments brick buildable books from the Harry Potter universe. LEGO released the official images for these Hogwarts Moments sets. There are 4 of them. They're scheduled to be released on January 1st, 2021, and they're going to cost about $30 each. Each book is brick built, and it opens to portray one of the classrooms from Hogwarts. This includes the Transfiguration, Potions, Herbology, and Charms classes. Let's take a look at each of the sets. Starting with 76382, this is Hogwarts Moment Transfiguration class. It includes Hermione Granger, Ron Weasley, and Professor McGonagall as minifigures. It has 241 pieces, and as the title suggests, this is the Transfiguration classroom. It looks really nice. There's a lot of good accessories that comes with this, and we'll take a closer look here in a minute. But you can see the box art from the front and the back here. The back with the book open, as well as some views of the other books there in the upper right-hand corner of the back of this. And as you also notice, everything folds up and kind of stores inside the book. So I think that's a really nice look as well. Here's the set all built up, and it looks like it's got a tremendous amount of stickers in here. I seriously doubt all of these pieces are going to be printed, but that would be really nice. But you see the nice stained glass windows there, a bunch of portraits, then some other windows lower down. And then it looks like there's some 1x3 tiles there with some Gryffindor crests printed on them. And then, of course, there's a desk there for Professor McGonagall. There's a desk and some chairs for the students. And then the different animals and goblets and things that they're doing transfigurations for. So I like all of the little accessories that are included with this set. And I think it makes for a really nice transfiguration classroom. Here are the 3 minifigures, and as you can see, Professor McGonagall is in a green dress or green set of robes there. I'm assuming this is the newer lower half dress piece with the rounded back on it. She has that necklace there, which is pretty common for the McGonagall minifigure. I like the facial expression there. It's a little grumpy with her glasses way down on her nose. This hat looks new to me. It has a witch's hat, which is typically what you would see as just the witch's hat, but in this case it has a dual molded hair piece inside. So you see that nougat or tan colored hair attached to that hat, and I haven't seen that before, so I think that's a newer piece. And then we have Ron and Hermione with their short legs and the Hogwarts uniforms. This book was themed from year 1 when they were doing the transfiguration of an animal into a goblet, as I remember with the scene that looks to play out. The next set is 76383. This is Hogwarts Moment Potions class. This includes Draco Malfoy, Seamus Finnegan, and Professor Snape. The set has 271 pieces and it depicts the Potions classroom. This is in that sand green color with some dark yellow or perhaps orange accents here. I think it looks good here in this closed form that you see on the front of the book, and you see some of the accessories like potions and a cabinet and a book, it looks like. And perhaps that is a new printed piece for the inside of the book. A lot of times you saw the Wingardium Leviosa tile, which is what you saw an awful lot in the Harry Potter books. So it would be nice to get a new tile for that. The back of the box shows the book being closed and how you can store all of the little pieces and parts of this set inside the book. And it shows it alongside the other books in this series. Once again, an awful lot of stickers in here. So let's take a closer look at the contents of the set. So here you can see there's the background of the books, like the Transfiguration class, an awful lot of stickers in there to represent the walls. Since this was in the dungeons, there are no windows here. But you see a whole bunch of reagents and different things that go into potions. I like how they use some of the transparent cylinders there to create little potions along the walls there. The stickers, it looks like, are used to show other reagents. There's another blackboard. Looks like Snape's got a very nice, big, comfortable chair. And then looks like the students are going to be standing on just a platform. It doesn't look like there's any real desk or anything in here. Taking a close look at the minifigures, we have Snape's black and purple robes. He's got the purple vest, and then it looks like some purple detailing in his robe. He has that grumpy expression, which is pretty normal for Snape. And then I like the inclusion of Seamus Finnegan. I'm hoping that his alternate expression shows him with some scorch marks, because he always seems to blow stuff up or light things on fire. It seems to be the ongoing joke throughout the movies. And then we also have a young Draco Malfoy here in his Slytherin uniform. Once again, the short legs for indicating this is probably a first or maybe second year at the Hogwarts school. Next up, we have 76384. This is Hogwarts Moment Herbology class. This includes Cedric Diggory, Neville Longbottom, and Professor Sprout. It has 233 pieces, and it's of course the herbology or the greenhouse. This appears to be set in the Chamber of Secrets, or year 2 of Hogwarts, since it does depict the mandrakes there, as well as a bunch of other plants. It looks like this one has quite a few more little accessories than the others we looked at, although lower piece counts than the other two. Once again, we have a bunch of stickers on the book, on the interior of the big plates that are used for the book. Lots of cabinets and other things in here. I like the use of multiple windows there that kind of make it look like the greenhouse is being built up by multiple windows as it's depicted in the movies and the book. There's a couple of lights in there as well. And then there's this section of floor, it looks like, that has a bunch of different kinds of plants, so I appreciate how they did all of that. And then there's a kind of a big sink, or one of those floor sinks that you would use maybe to fill up mop buckets, or in this case you're going to fill up a bucket to be able to go and water the different plants. Taking a closer look at the minifigures, you see Professor Sprout here has dual molded legs, which I think look good, with the two different colors of, the darker brown, reddish brown on the bottom, and then kind of a tan moving up from there. And then her robes look pretty dirty, which I think is appropriate for her, and that nice little holly piece around her neck there. I like the witch's hat look here with the gray hair, and then you can also see the earmuffs that are underneath that hat in the same color, so that's kind of a nice headpiece. She has a nice friendly expression on her face. Looks like Cedric and Neville have the same torso piece, although Cedric has the 3/4 legs because he was an older student, obviously, than Neville, who has the short legs. And then they have this new earmuff piece that I haven't seen before, where the earmuffs are being kind of held around their necks instead of on their heads. So I think that's a nice new piece to see as well in one of these sets. The fourth book is 76385. This is Hogwarts Moment Charms class, and it's done in this sand blue color. And I think this looks very good as well. And this is from the Charms class, and it does feature the Wingardium Leviosa. You see the feather piece there. Looking on the front cover, you see Harry doing the Wingardium Leviosa spell, which was done in the first year at Hogwarts. There's a lot of other accessories with some books and like a key and a goblet, some treats it looks like in that treasure chest. Looking on the back of the box, you see the book closed there with its other companion books and how all of the pieces fit inside of the book. And it looks like a good set with, again, many stickers. So let's take a closer look. So like the others, the back of the book covers have several stickers in there. You can see this has the Ravenclaw banner up there in the corner. Looks like a lot of books and things in different bookshelves. There's the Wingardium Leviosa spell being laid out there on the blackboard, which I think looks pretty good. There's a little fireplace over there in the corner. Interestingly, they have what looks like a glass case that contains a goblet and a key. Then some feather pieces there and a couple of different desks, and it looks like there's some cookies there on one of the there's a cookie there on one of the desks. And then Professor Flitwick has the desk there with a jumper in a metallic gold color, so he can stand up on his desk and demonstrate the spells. Taking a closer look at the minifigures, they all have the short legs, which makes sense because Professor Flitwick is a short character. I didn't immediately recognize this as Professor Flitwick because I'm used to the Professor Flitwick that they show in all of the sets. After I went back and looked at some history, I remember that Flitwick was an older character, and actually in the books he is described as a bald older man with a white beard. So this minifigure is more accurate to the original idea of Flitwick. In the third movie, they changed Flitwick into the one that I recognize more, For example, the one here is from the first Harry Potter collectible minifigure series, and you see Flitwick as a much younger man, dressed in a tuxedo with a bow tie, and then he's got the megaphone in this case, but he is definitely a much younger character than the one that was depicted in the first two movies. So that's kind of an interesting change that was made specifically for the movies, and in the books, of course, he is probably more accurately displayed here in this older form. The two students include Cho Chang in her Ravenclaw uniform, and then also we get Harry Potter in his Gryffindor uniform. So most of the characters here, we get Gryffindor, Slytherin, and Ravenclaw uniforms in this, but we do not get a Hufflepuff uniform, which is kind of interesting, but I still like the fact that all of these sets come with different characters, and we get a variety of characters by buying all of the different sets. So here's a quick look at all the books closed. Again, this print is pretty much on the back of every box, kind of showing all of the sets together. I like the colors that were chosen, and the detailing on there are really good. I'm really hoping the front of those books are prints and not stickers, because that's a very big sticker to try to apply. But overall, they look really nice as books. I think there is a way to connect the books together so that you can have all four of them connected up in kind of a big mosaic, you know, that probably is each book facing a different direction. So you have kind of all four scenes kind of connected together, which I think would form an interesting look. We'll have to see when they come out here at the beginning of the year. Hope you've enjoyed my thoughts on these new Harry Potter book sets. And I'm going to get started on another video. And until then, happy building. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and be sure to subscribe to my channel to see more content. I've left a link to my Harry Potter playlist up here on the screen.